a lot of people probably know by now, fall is one of my favorite seasons. I just love the crisp autumn air and all the activities you can do in fall. So today I'm going to be sharing with you 100 plus things you can do this fall so that you're not bored and you can actually romanticize your fall. So I made a huge list of everything that I want to do this fall, and when I tell you this list is huge, I mean it. I was scrolling through Pinterest, looking through TikTok, looking through Instagram of all different types of activities that will really allow me to romanticize my fall. I've always loved fall. I think fall is one of the most fun seasons just because there's so many holidays, there's so many activities, there's so many nice things that you can do, and I just wanted to make a bucket list in order to actually be able to check off those things. So let's do this. First thing I have is go apple picking. I love apple picking. I go apple picking every single year and it is one of my favorite things ever. There's something about just going to an apple orchard with your family, your friends, your significant other, and being able to pick the apples off the tree, spend time with friends and family, and even eat some apples. The next thing I have, which goes hand in hand with apple picking, is make an apple pie. I love making apple pie. Me and my boyfriend make apple picking a whole day. So we'll go to the farm, we'll look at some of the animals, we'll go into the little store and buy all the ingredients we need. We will look at some flowers if they have them. We'll go apple picking, we'll take pictures, and then we'll come home and make an apple pie. And it is my favorite tradition ever. The next thing I have is watch Gossip Girl. I love Gossip Girl. I actually just made a video pretending to live like Gossip Girl for a day, and it is one of my favorite videos I've ever made, so I'll link that down below. I think Gossip Girl just reminds me of fall because of that sound. There's nothing quite like autumn in New York. I love autumn in New York. It's so beautiful, and Gossip Girl just really embraces that feeling for me. And I also think the Thanksgiving scene from Gossip Girl is so iconic, and that's why that show just reminds me exactly of fall. Next I have decorate for fall. I feel like decorating for fall is just something so fun and so therapeutic, especially because it gives me that creative mindset and ability to decorate my apartment or my room exactly how I want, and I really love doing that. Next I have try fall drinks. Starbucks and Dunkin' Donuts are coming out with their fall drinks in a few weeks, and I am so excited. I cannot tell you guys enough. I cannot wait for the pumpkin spice latte to come back, but I also just love trying new fall drinks because I feel like they are always really good and really get me into that fall spirit. Next I have go to a pumpkin patch. Just like apple picking, I also love pumpkin picking. If I had to choose, I think apple picking is more up there for me, but comment down below if you prefer apple picking or pumpkin picking. Next I have get some fall nails. Right now my nails are kind of neutral. They're just a very baby blue with chrome. I feel like this can give off fall, especially that transition into fall because it's more of a neutral color, and in certain light it actually looks gray, but I think it's so fun to get fall nails done or even do your own fall nails. I love looking on Pinterest for some inspo and then going into my nail salon and getting the exact design that I want. I just think it's so fun. Next I have bake fall cookies. I love baking, and there's something about fall baking that really sticks out to me. I'm baking my most in the fall season and I absolutely love it, especially trying out some new recipes. Next I have a fall photo shoot. Having a fall photo shoot is just something I feel like that I need to do every single fall. I personally love taking pictures and love being around new things, and whenever I'm around a new environment I love taking pictures, especially in the fall because the scenery with all the leaves changing colors and everything like that is just beautiful. Next I have make a homemade pumpkin pie. I've actually never tried pumpkin pie, but I have made it before and I think it was good. From what I was told, it was good, but this year I really want to broaden my palette and try what I make because even though I bake a lot, I don't really try a lot of the things that I bake. So this year I definitely want to do that, and I do definitely want to make a pumpkin pie. Next I have eat candy corn. This is really simple, but I love candy corn, and I feel like I only find good candy corn around the fall season. One of my favorite candy corns is actually from TJ Maxx. It's so good. Next I have a fall inspired drink night. This is for 21 plus. You can have your friends over and have little cocktails, and everyone can bring their own, and you can all try each other's drinks, and you can also do this with mocktails as well. Next I have go to a haunted house. I don't like haunted houses, so personally I would not do this, but I know a lot of people do and my friends love doing it. The next thing I have is go on a haunted hayride. I feel like this goes hand in hand, but I also don't like those. I've tried that once and I was terrified the whole time. Next I have make pumpkin bread. I love making pumpkin bread, especially the one from Trader Joe's. I made it last year so many times, and that I actually did try and it was so good. I cannot wait for them to bring it back. Next I have make a fall playlist. I feel like there's something about making a playlist, especially for the seasons, and going on a nice little drive while listening to that playlist is just so therapeutic. Next I have go to a football game. Me and my boyfriend go to the Dallas Cowboys football game at least once a year, and it is a tradition that I just really love doing. I love going to football games. I actually have been going for a very long time. time because my family also likes the Dallas Cowboys. And before I met my boyfriend, I didn't actually go to a lot of Dallas Cowboy games, but I did go to football games a lot, and it was really fun and I really enjoy them. Next, I have make Halloween pizza. I've seen this all over Pinterest and I tried it last year and it was so fun. Basically, what me and my boyfriend did is we just got pizza dough, we formed it into pumpkins and ghosts, and then you just make your pizza the way you want it, and it was actually really good. Next, I have go for a scenic drive. Like I said, especially with that transition from summer to fall, I feel like going on a scenic drive and being able to see all the different colored leaves is so therapeutic. Next, I have make a boo basket. I did this last year for my friends and I put the gifts in little boo bags and they seemed to really like them, and it was also just really fun to go and do. I know I'm saying fun a lot in this video. I apologize, but I'm being honest, it was just really fun. Next, I go to a farmer's market. I love going to farmer's markets. I don't go a lot, but I feel like going, especially in autumn in New York, quoting Gossip Girl, something about the scene and just going there is so nice. Next, I've watched a scary movie. I don't like scary movies. You can ask me to go watch a new scary movie with every single one of my friends and I will say no every single time because I'm so scared of them. I was at a sleepover birthday party years ago and we were watching a scary movie. I couldn't watch it. I decided to just roll over and try to go to sleep, but I heard it playing while I was trying to go to sleep. I was terrified for years. I literally couldn't sleep, and I have not watched a scary movie since then because I don't trust myself now. I literally had so much trouble going to sleep and never watched a scary movie since. I just don't like them, but I know a lot of people do, so you can go watch a scary movie. Next, I have a Halloween party. I did this last year with my friends. We all dressed up in our costumes, took some pictures, had some pizza, had some drinks, and it was really nice. Next, I have a bonfire. I love bonfires, especially making s'mores with that. I think that making s'mores, especially again with that transition from summer to fall, is just so nice, especially on an autumn crisp night where it's like maybe 60 to 70 degrees or even colder depending on where you live. I just think that would be amazing. Next, I have paint pumpkins. I love painting. I actually used to be really bad at it, and if it comes to watercoloring, I cannot watercolor. That's a whole different story. But when it comes to painting, I actually think I'm getting a little bit better at it, and I do find it very therapeutic. I painted pumpkins last year with my friend and I had a lot of fun doing it. Next, I have go have an autumn in NYC day. Like I said, I love autumn and I love New York City. Me and my friend went to a pop-up shop last year during the fall season, and it was just so nice being able to see all of the leaves changing. Something about autumn in New York is just really, really great, and Gossip Girl was not lying when she said that. Next, I've watched Gilmore Girls. I just started doing this in July and I'm obsessed with it. I did watch it a little back last year and I liked it, and for some reason I just stopped watching it, and now I've been watching it consistently and I love it. And Gilmore Girls is just one of the most fall iconic shows ever. Next, I have fall donuts. I love apple cider donuts. I love making them, but I also love going to the apple orchard or just something fall inspired that sells those donuts and being able to get them there because they're so good. Next, I've created a Pinterest board. I love Pinterest. Pinterest is one of my favorite things to do when I'm bored because it just gives me that inspiration and excitement to want to do more things and try out new hobbies and go to new places. And especially for when the seasons are coming up, I like to make a seasonal Pinterest board, and it's really nice and therapeutic. Next, I go on a walk, especially during the fall. I feel like going on a hike or a walk with your friends or family, or even alone and listening to some music could be really nice. Next, I have a game night. I think that this is really fun, especially during the fall for some reason. Next, I have soup. I think that soup is such a good comforting meal, and when I think of fall, I think of comfort, and tomato soup with some grilled cheese is really just what comes to mind. That's just what I think of when I think of comfort, and I also love chicken noodle soup. Next, I go to a coffee shop. This just screams Rory Gilmore to me, but also there's something about just getting pumpkin in your coffee, or getting a pumpkin scone or a pumpkin muffin or something fall inspired from a coffee shop that I just really like. And then I also love just spending some time in a coffee shop, maybe doing some reading while I have my coffee or doing some editing. It really just allows me to get some work done. Next, I have jump in the leaves. I love doing this. I did this actually once and I never did it again because it is kind of a messy experience, at least when I did it, because the leaves may have been a little wet because it rained, but it was really fun and the pictures turned out really cute. Next, I go to a bookstore. Again, I feel like this screams Gilmore Girls, but you can go to Barnes & Noble, you can go to a local bookstore, whatever bookstore you may want to go to, and just look at some books. Next, I go Black Friday shopping. Like I said, fall is really around all of those holiday seasons, and I love shopping and I love Black Friday shopping. Next, I make fall crafts. I actually just posted a summer hobby era video and I loved filming that video so much, so I definitely want to do this for fall and try out some fall inspired crafts. Next, I have a Friendsgiving. I did this last year. I filmed it because it was my first time hosting and it was a lot of of fun and I would definitely recommend. Next I have light a fall scented candle. There's something about candles that I absolutely love, but especially during the fall, they just give off a different vibe and I love it. Next I have go thrifting. Again, these are more things you can do whenever you want, but for some reason when I think of thrifting, I think of back to school, I think of the summer to fall transition, and it just makes me really excited to do. Next I've learned to knit. I feel like on a rainy, cozy day, sitting on the couch and just knitting and watching a fall baking show or Gilmore Girls or Gossip Girl could be really fun. Next I'd go to a fall festival. This is kind of what I was talking about before, where you can find those apple cider donuts and maybe go on some rides and just explore some shops and stuff like that. Next I'd go to a sunflower field. This is actually something you'd have to do now and in the beginning of September because I think they go out of season, but again, it's that summer to fall transition and I think it's really fun. Next I have go camping. I always wanted to go to a cabin. I actually used to go to, I believe it was Pennsylvania, with my family and our friends, and we used to go in this cabin and just stay there for a few nights and it was so fun. So I want to try going to a cabin and doing some glamping, but you can also go camping as well. Next I have write a thankful list. I think it's really important to show gratitude and just kind of remember the things that you're thankful for. At least for myself, it really reminds me where I am in life and how thankful I am, and it's just something that is a really nice experience to do. Next I go to a corn maze. I always get lost in these. I literally cannot go by myself because I don't trust myself to find my way out, but going to a corn maze is really fun. Next I have toast pumpkin seeds. I feel like after doing a little pumpkin night where you're carving pumpkins, toasting those pumpkin seeds are really nice. And then also, of course, I have carved pumpkins. I love carving pumpkins. I'm not the best at it, but it's just really nice to do. Next I have read a book when it's raining. Again, I don't like reading, but there is those times where I do read a few pages and I do really like it, and I do push myself to read sometimes. Next I have make cinnamon rolls. I love cinnamon rolls. This year I really want to make them from scratch. Next I have write a letter. I've seen this a lot on Pinterest, but you can make this all fall themed and write little thankful letters to your friends and family or make little cards and send them out. Next I go to a winery. I actually think I'm doing this with my mom this year and I'm really excited because I've never been to one before. Next I have drink hot cocoa. I feel like especially when it gets cold, hot chocolate is just the perfect drink to have. Next I have make pumpkin pancakes. I actually already made pumpkin cinnamon pancakes this year and they were so good and I can't wait to do it again. And I made them in little shapes of a pumpkin. Next I have host a fall brunch. I love hosting and I love doing brunches, especially with little mimosas or fall inspired drinks. Next I have a wine and cheese night with your friends. Then I have wear a fall outfit. I actually just went fall clothing shopping and it was so nice to do, especially now. If you're watching this video, I recommend getting your fall clothes early because you can get them before they sell out, especially Uggs. I literally buy my Uggs in July because when September comes around, they sell out so fast. So here's your reminder to do that if that's something you want to do because they will sell out. Next I have bake Pillsbury pumpkin cookies. If you don't know what these are, please go to the store right now and try them. These are my favorite cookie ever. I've been looking for them everywhere. They're not out yet where I live, but oh my gosh, I cannot wait to have them. I wait for these every single year without doubt. Next I have a cozy movie night with your significant other, but you can also have a movie night with your friends and family. Next I have a pumpkin spice latte. I know I already said try fall drinks, but there's just something about a pumpkin spice latte that hits so differently, and you can also try making your own. Next I have wear slippers or Uggs. I think especially with the colder weather, this is a very valid thing to say. Next I have Halloween treats. I love Halloween. I love giving out candy, but I also love eating the candy as well. Next I have a shopping spree. I love shopping. I think that it's so fun, it's so therapeutic, and I love changing up my wardrobe every now and then. Next I have customize your phone for fall. I actually just did this and posted a video about it. I did my phone in a fall / old money theme and it was just so relaxing to do, and I'm obsessed with the way my phone looks. Next I have plan a Halloween costume. I recommend doing this early. Last year I was a Dallas Cowboy cheerleader. My boyfriend was a cowboy football player and the pictures came out really cute. I had a really fun time and I planned this outfit out really early because when Halloween came around, everything was sold out. Next I have try horseback riding. Personally, I did this once and I wasn't the biggest fan of it. It was a long time ago, so I don't know necessarily if I would like it now. I feel like now I would because I feel like the experience would be a lot different, but I think that going horseback riding could be fun. Next, have a baking night with your friends, and you can also do a baking competition and make it fall inspired. Next I have make fall Pinterest cakes. I've seen these little mini cakes around Pinterest and they have ones that are like pumpkins and witches and ghosts, and I really want to try to do that this year. Next I have try pumpkin snacks. Trader Joe's comes out with pumpkin stuff every September, I believe. I just checked Trader Joe's last week and they didn't have anything out yet. It is still August, list, so that could be why. But Trader Joe's definitely comes out with pumpkin stuff, and I love just trying all their new stuff because I love food and I love pumpkin, so it's fun to try. Next, I have a fall inspired day. I actually just did this in my video where I was preparing for fall. I did everything fall you can think of, and I had a lot of fun making that video. Next, I have go fall decor shopping. This is one of my favorite things to do. I love going to Target. I love going to TJ Maxx. I love going to Home Goods and just looking at all the fall decor. Next, I have go on a walk while it's raining. For this one, I would say make sure it's safe to do. Maybe do it when it's drizzling, and really just allow yourself to dance in the rain and have fun. Next, I have journal. I love journaling, especially in the fall with a fall scented candle on. Next, I have go to Spirit Halloween. The one in my town just opened and I'm so excited. I love doing this. Me and my boyfriend go in at least once a year, and we spend a lot of time in there because it's just so fun to look at all the costumes. Next, I have write your goals down for fall. So I like to do seasonal goals and monthly goals, and I always like to write them down because I feel like when I write down my goals, more of them come true, if that makes sense, because I'm more inspired to check it off my list. Next, I have color fall pictures. You can get a fall inspired coloring book. You can go on Pinterest and print out a fall picture and color it, or you can even draw it. Next, I have make fall themed magnets. I just made clay magnets for my summer DIY video, and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I think making those but in fall themed things, so maybe a leaf, a ghost, a witch, a pumpkin pie, a pumpkin, an apple could be really cute to put on your refrigerator during fall. Next, I have try a new workout class. I feel like that's just something you can do whenever, but I just put it on this list to give you something to do this fall. Next, I have a candlelit bath. I do this a lot, especially in the summer, but I think doing it in the fall with a little fall lush product could be nice. Next, I have wear fall PJs. I love doing this. I just got pumpkin ones from Amazon and they're so comfortable. I'm obsessed. And then going along with that, I have a fall themed sleepover. Next, I have make a fall bucket list. I highly recommend doing this just because when I'm bored, I literally just take out my bucket list and see things that I wrote down that I can do, and I will go do one of those things. Next, I have go trick-or-treating. Then I have watch the sunrise on a fall morning. There's something about watching the sunrise in the fall that is just so therapeutic. I think it's because of the nice autumn air, and it's just one of my favorite times to watch the sunrise. Next, I have make candles. I actually never tried this before, but I really want to, and I think it could be something that is really nice and therapeutic, especially during the fall. Next, I have learn how to embroider. I have no idea how to do this. I don't even know where to start, but I think it could be a nice fun thing to do. I have go bike riding. I definitely want to do this, especially when the leaves are changing and I can have a really nice scenic bike ride. Next, I have iron on patches to sweatshirts. I just made t-shirts in my DIY video and I had a lot of fun doing it, and I think going on Pinterest, finding a design and ironing it onto a sweatshirt and making it fall or Halloween themed could be amazing. Next, I have go mini golfing. Then I have volunteer. I love volunteering. I think it's really important, and it's just something I definitely want to do this fall. Next, I have organize your room. I think this could be just something to pass by time and also allow yourself to stay organized. And then the next thing I have that goes hand in hand with that is clean out your closet. I think it could be a good thing to do. I actually just cleaned out my closet and I am very happy that I did. Next, I have cook a fall meal. I'm not the best at cooking, but I'm learning to really enjoy cooking and make the most out of it, and I do want to learn new recipes this fall. Next, I have learn a new hobby. Like I said, I'm in my hobby girl era, and I just think learning a fall inspired hobby could be really fun, or just a hobby in general. Next, I have make a fall wreath. I don't even know how I would do this, but I do want to try to do it. Next, I have a kindness day, and for this, I would just kind of do things where I pay it forward. I make sure I'm extra nice to those around me and just do things to make people smile. I try to do this all the time, but just have a day that's focused on it. Next, I've learned to draw. I have no idea how to draw, and I definitely want to learn, so I want to take a day and learn how to shade correctly. The next thing I have is make candy apples. I did this last year with my friend and it was really fun. Next, I have go to a zoo. Again, I feel like this is that summer to fall transition, but I definitely want to do that. Next, I have tea. I love green tea, and I think during the fall there's a lot of seasonal teas and I want to try those. The next thing I have is watch Harry Potter. I used to do this a lot with my brother, and for some reason it just reminds me exactly of fall. And then the last thing I have is romanticize your fall. I think that romanticizing your fall and really making the most out of each season is so important, and it really does start with mindset. Even if you don't necessarily love fall, there's so many things that you can do to really romanticize it, and I would highly recommend trying to do that. That is everything I have on my list. I'm so excited to do all of this, and I am going to film the process of doing it. Let me know what you're most excited for this fall and comment this emoji down below, and I will see you guys really soon in my next video. Bye.